Hi, my name is John Namalenga Jr. I'm working with Capital Radio Malawi, based in Lilongwe. So I won an award for Best Parliamentary Reporter during the award ceremony that was conducted by the Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA Malawi chapter. And I came out first from the list of those that won the awards. And my story was basically to do with the functions of Parliament and how it is challenged in terms of its independence and its funding levels. So the story, I suppose, was outstanding because it took an in-depth view of what really the Parliament in Malawi is like and the successes that it has managed to get over the years. And most recently also how it has managed to uncover several issues of Malawi's importance. And basically the independence was to do with how people are elected in Parliament and how it is functioning vis-a-vis the other arms of government. And the funding levels were to do with the tasks that the Parliament of Malawi has in terms of issues that it carries out, like the issue of the illegal sale of land, the improper sale of maize, which was commonly known as the maize gate, and the plunder of resources called cash gate, other issues to do with gender violence. So the report was basically talking about those issues that even within the funding levels that Parliament has, it has managed to do that. But now the report was going further to explore other alternatives that are there that the Parliament of Malawi can advance more in terms of its functions. And it talked about advocating for more funding for Parliament. If it gets more funding, then what more can it do? So I engaged the citizenry in the report. What voices do they have to offer to the functions of Parliament? How do they understand Parliament and what do they expect from parliamentarians? I also talked to development partners. I spoke to the Secretariat of Parliament, and I also spoke to parliamentary committee chairpersons. So they gave in their input, and they also outlined the issues that are impinging them as parliamentarians and what more they can do with more funding and more independence as an arm of government. Talking about what this award means to me, what it means for me to win with such a story, it basically says more about who I am, not just as a journalist, but also as a watchdog. Because Parliament reporting is not all about just going to Parliament and expecting the members of Parliament to deliberate on several issues of national importance, but also looking in depth of what Parliament does and what it can do for the benefit of Malawians, more specifically the Malawi Parliament. And it means to me that I can do more in advocating for what Parliament is and what it can do for Malawians, and also that it was the first award for me to win. It gave me more courage to do a lot of things than a basic reporter does. So it's a really big win for me because there is indeed more that I can do by just being a journalist and writing. There is more in the pen and a paper that I use as a journalist. But basically, being a watchdog means that someone has to outline really what is going on. For instance, we're talking of Parliament, which is an arm of government. It is the same as the judiciary and the executive. So it has to stand out in terms of its functions and what it really does. Why is it of benefit to Malawians? So being a watchdog really is something that we should take advantage of as a journalist because Malawians have to understand that Parliament is there for them. When they elect the people into the positions to represent us in Parliament, they are obliged to do certain things to make our lives even better. So we have to watch what parliamentarians are doing in Parliament, and we have to we have to pan them we have to pan them towards the direction that we want, how beneficial they have to be in our lives the moment we elect them to be leaders. So it is a noble duty really for us as journalists to be watchdogs, because there are a lot of things that Parliament has to do that it hasn't done yet, and it is even other things that it is doing, but it can do better. So being a journalist really is something very special, because we have the power to advocate for things that indeed Parliament has to do, and more specifically the people that we elect as leaders. Thank you so much.